Good evening and thanks for joining us. A decision on a civil unions bill.
After passing out of the Senate, it was heard in the House Judiciary Committee, which voted on the measure this evening. KITV4's Paul Drews has more on the proposed bill. Paul?
Well, the Senate measure was one of 3 bills heard this evening related to civil unions, but it was the only one lawmakers voted on. And before the vote, hundreds came out to speak their mind on this very emotional issue.
As parents, we want equality for all of our children.
Please carefully consider who you will be affecting with your vote. Please vote no.
For hours, hundreds testified with impassioned pleas both for and against the measures that would establish civil unions and extend the same rights and responsibilities on a couple as spouses have in a marriage.
The lack of equal treatment for all of Hawaii's families harms our traditional family.
While the bills were about civil unions, much of the talk was about marriage.
Your vote for any of these civil unions bills is a vote for same-sex marriage.
After 5 hours of testimony, the House Judiciary Committee deferred 2 of the measures, but took action on the Senate bill.
The chair's recommendation is to move this out as a House Draft 1, addressing some of the issues that the Deputy Attorney General raised in her testimony.
And that recommendation passed to the cheers of civil union supporters. But the bill still has a few more steps to go before becoming law, steps that will be closely watched by both sides.
Now it's getting it back to the Senate, and passing it to the governor, which I feel very confident that he's going to go ahead and support all the families too.
Meanwhile, some opponents vowed to fight on while the bill is still alive at the state capitol.
I'll be back. I'm disappointed. I don't believe they're representing the people.
Now, the draft of the bill being sent back to the Senate details how civil union partners could file taxes, file for adoption, along with the recognition of out-of-state unions. It also gives family court jurisdiction over the termination of those unions. Laura?
All right, thanks, Paul.